Hello, guys. It's a little bit later in the day than I've been in the habit of doing these, but I'm on a roll now and expecting them every day for a while. We'll see how long I can keep this going. So please stay tuned. But anyway, we'll get right on topic. I wanted to talk about Mini AOC, the internet sensation, child star, who I believe she's 8 years old, and she resembles Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the really famous and infamous and widely talked about representative from New York. Anyway, Mini AOC would just take pictures that were just sort of mocking her sense of style, and this latest one that got everyone's attention was of her in all white, shirt and pants, just like AOC when AOC visited the border. And she had the lipstick perfectly, and the hair was perfect, and she posed exactly like that viral video of AOC. And and after getting all of that media exposure, she began receiving death threats and got doxxed, and they actually found her, and they're in serious danger. The family is in serious danger, and all they were doing was having fun, and people have called it child abuse. I actually searched it. I remembered it wrong. I remembered it like Obama kid. I thought, oh, AOC kid, but ended up being Mini AOC. But the top search result for AOC kid this morning, and I wrote it down, is an article from some e-cards, I think. Some e-cards. I see that link all the time, but I never click on it. But this was the article it gave me, the headline. A mom makes her kid pretend to be AOC to mock her. People are calling it child abuse. People are calling it child abuse. You're calling it child abuse, so... yeah. What a dirty, pointless verbal trick to pull. Like, it's like going up to someone and saying, oh, people have said that you beat your wife. Well, who's saying it? You're saying it right then, okay? It's just like childish. And that's the first search result you get when you type in Mini AOC. But I use Twitter at least, so I was diligent enough to look that up. This is happening when the same thing is happening to a friend of mine who lives in Portugal, who does life coaching, and we're fans of the same Free Domain Radio. Like, it's a YouTube channel that just teaches life skills and psychology and being a good person and how to raise kids and take care of children. But he's being attacked by a group of feminists, I think, and he's receiving death threats, and he's going through the same thing. And I've gone through that. I've been rinsed through that system before, and I know how much it sucks, but at least people have short attention spans, and I'm quite surprised how on this channel, all that stuff, I think it's still up on a lot of my videos, but the voices have gone away, and I've been forgiven, so. Not to worry, but at the same time, it's just a kid. To get back to AOC, I'm kind of wandering here. They're calling it child abuse. Okay, well, do we know about Desmond is Amazing? Are you familiar with that kid? The drag kid, who was on camera doing a striptease while adult men were handing him dollar bills. I mean, I understand play acting, I understand pretending, but at the same time, that's overtly sexual. How can you not think so? Pride Month is over. I didn't want to talk about that at all because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and I don't really know what to say about it, and frankly, I'm not worried about it. I was tricked by woke advertising into sharing an ad, though, which I now feel weird about, but I'll talk about that later. I keep going off track here, I'm sorry. But, Desmond is Amazing. In addition to stripping, he talks about using ketamine. Ketamine. Like, he knows about it. He goes through the whole motion, like, using ketamine on the couch. Like, that's pretty dark, and yet they promote him, and yet they've allowed his stuff to remain up. Meanwhile, Mini AOC can't do her thing, which is totally brilliant. And I hope for the best, and I hope that that creativity. I don't know if it's her parents or what, but I mean, if Desmond's is amazing can be his whole thing, his whole creation, and not a projection of the parents, then why not? Then why not Mini AOC? It's child abuse. It's like in the book of Isaiah, or not Isaiah, in the book of Jeremiah, they're talking about how society at that point, before the invasion of Babylon, they were sacrificing their own children, killing them for good luck. Isn't that insane? We're nearing that point in our society. Kids in cages, the Godwin effect. Everyone wants to compare everything to Nazi Germany. People are just making wild connections there. Kids in cages is a provocative phrase, but let's not get into the Godwin effect here, and let's not compare everything to Nazi Germany. I've heard, depending on where they stand politically, like the descendants of Holocaust survivors say, yes, it is right to compare it to Nazi Germany, or no, it's wrong for various reasons. I'm just sick of hearing about the Nazis all day, all the time. Every president is Hitler. It's just so cliche. They turned the X in Nixon into a swastika, just like they turned the 45, as in 45th president, into a swastika. It's the same thing. It's always the same. Nothing ever changes. Kids in cages. So, is that the same as Nazis just rounding up citizens, people with jobs and homes, and just throwing them in death camps? Is that really the same? I don't think it is. Citation needed, anyway. And then there was that cartoon of Trump playing golf over the bodies. They had that picture of the father and child. That gruesome picture washed up, and I saw that picture so many times, it was awful to look at. And who knows what's really happening outside of the frame either. Who knows? Everything gets gaslit. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I suspect it. Finally, I guess I'll go on to Marianne Williamson. And, I was talking to someone in my comments, and I hope that you come back and watch this video, because expect a lot more about Marianne Williamson and A Course in Miracles. But anyway, so if it's a spiritual response to Trump being elected and putting kids in cages, she uses that phrase, then I don't know. I need to go back and finish reading her book, but I'm not sure if she ever was a kid in a cage. Or maybe she was, but we need to talk about that a little bit, because I was a kid in a cage. I was detained before, as a minor, both for illegal things that I did and illegal things that my parents did. It's true. I won't go into gruesome detail or anything, but it's true. And so the understanding was that the law had been broken. There had been a breach of the law, and that, I couldn't just walk into jail and talk to my father, for example. So it's just ridiculous to make that comparison. Of course, again, this goes back to the whole child abuse thing, that these kids are being brought into it against their will. It doesn't matter if they're on camera impersonating somebody, or dancing in strip clubs, or being locked up. I mean, it sucks. Like, when you're an adult, it's different if you commit a crime and get in trouble, whatever. But when you're a kid, you don't fully understand the world yet. You don't really understand the consequences to your actions. And I think what we need in this world is a little bit more humor and a little bit more forgiveness, a little bit more Hakuna Matata. Over and out. Oh, wait. I was going to end it. I completely forgot to mention, it's July 4th. Happy Independence Day, especially to all of my American friends and family and viewers. Liberty or death, guys. And you can see I'm rocking the Tactical Nav shirt. This is an app designed by a veteran friend of mine, and he's currently working on helping other veterans with depression and post-traumatic stress. And you know, it's got the American flag on it right there. So thanks for this shirt, man, and I hope your next endeavor goes very well. And happy July 4th, everyone. America is awesome. Thank you so much. Please come back for more content soon. Over and out.